In the summer of 2009, one piece of news hit Northwest Indiana hard. The story connected to this news is tragic, heartbreaking, and infuriating. This is the story of the death of Jada Justice. June 8th, 2009. Melissa Swingtech, Jada's mother, arrived at her cousin's house, Engelica E Castillo, 18. Swingtech was planning on leaving town to visit some friends. She left Jada in Castillo's care. June 12th. Melissa speaks to Jada on the telephone. June 13th. Melissa speaks to Engelica by telephone, but she does not speak to Jada. Tuesday, June 16th, 9:30 p.m. 911 was called from Glen Park Gas on Ridge Road and Louisiana Street in Gary, Indiana. The caller, Engelica Castillo, was hysterical. She went to the gas station to purchase a gallon of milk and a pack of cigarettes. Jada Justice, a 2-year-old toddler, accompanied her, seated in the back seat of Castillo's car, a late-model maroon Cadillac Fleetwood. After an undetermined amount of time passed, Castillo emerged from the store to discover little Jada Justice was missing. Security footage showed Castillo inside the gas station, but there is no footage of the parking lot outside of it. When police arrived, she pointed out 3 black men who were standing nearby, accusing them of abducting Jada. The 3 men were questioned. Authorities in Northwest Indiana then went on full alert. The Gary Police Department, Hobart Police Department, the FBI, and U.S. Marshals searched vigorously for the missing girl. Helicopters and police dogs were dispatched. Detectives canvassed the neighborhood around the gas station, questioning residents and business owners. They also searched around Melissa Swingtech's home and canvassed her neighborhood as well, which was in Portage, Indiana. Naturally, the police treated Castillo as a person of interest, being that she was the last person to actually see Jada. Gary Police Department held her for questioning. They publicly declared that Castillo was not involved. Castillo was being fully cooperative, as well as other members of Jada's family. By June 18th, Hobart Police obtained a search warrant to investigate Castillo's home as well, which was in the 3900 block of Missouri Street in Hobart, just across the Hobart-Gary corporate line. The home was a single-family, single-story, 45-foot by 125-foot, 2-bedroom dwelling. Jada's entire immediate family were involved in the search effort, including her father, Clarence Justice, and uncle, Mike Valdez. Though Mr. Justice gave a good faith effort, he had reservations about Castillo's story.
No, I don't believe it because it don't check out. It don't check out to me. It don't seem right, you know. It's like, why would you park on one side of the building with a child in there to run in and get some milk and, you know, cigarettes, and all you had to do is pull up in the front, lock the doors, and run inside, or whatever the case may be.
You don't believe it's
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Myself, I don't believe it.
5 years prior, Castillo's mother had reported Engelica missing. Then 13 years old, Castillo had run off with another boy to Merritt Island, Florida. In Florida, she did time in Brevard County's juvenile jail. Before that, Castillo had been sexually assaulted at 9 and 11 years of age and beaten by her father. Gary police released Castillo on the 18th without being charged as a suspect. Yet they remained suspicious of her. As Jada's mother and father pled through tears for someone to come forward, the FBI began publicly asking people who may have seen Jada, Castillo, and Castillo's boyfriend, Tim Tkachik, between June 4th and June 16th to come forward. They published photos of both Castillo and Tkachik's vehicles in the newspapers. It was revealed that blood was found at Castillo's home. Jada Justice's disappearance was showcased on America's Most Wanted's website. On June 20th, a candlelight vigil was held at the gas station where Jada was last seen. 100 people showed up. Meanwhile, Hobart police stayed on the hunt, meticulously searching the wooded area around Castillo's home. Castillo and her boyfriend were not working with authorities at this point in time. On the 8th day, June 23rd, It was revealed in the media that Engelica Castillo was under the influence of a narcotic when she called the police on the day that Jada went missing. Yet GPT did not test Castillo out of fear of her clamming up. On June 25th, Engelica Castillo and Tim John Tkachik were arrested near Valparaiso. The arrest caught the quiet rural neighborhood by surprise. While locked up in Hobart City Jail, the two were kept in adjacent holding cells with the microphones recording. Castillo was heard attempting to get Tkachik to tell police that the death was an accident.
Good afternoon. It is with deep sadness that I report this morning investigators discovered what are believed to be the remains of Jada Justice in rural Laporte County east of Highway 421. Confirmation of identity will be the responsibility of the Lake County Coroner's Office. Jada's parents were informed of the discovery just after noon today. We would ask the media to respect their privacy during this time of grief. Following the discovery this morning, the investigation has shifted from a missing persons case to a murder investigation. That investigation continues. Currently, there are 2 individuals in custody in connection with the case, and we expect to file criminal charges. They will be forthcoming.
You always have a hunch of what's going on. You know, a mother knows. I'm a mother my own self. And for stories to be adding up and stuff like that, you just know something. And for it to happen like this is devastating right now.
Around 11 a.m. on June 25th, on the same day that Michael Jackson died, the police gathered in rural Westville, Laporte, Indiana, just west of 421, along Snyder Road. The area is known as Otis, which was a former stop on the Pennsylvania Railroad. It had ceased to be important to the railroad long ago, and by this time was just a place on a map. Jada Justice's little body was placed in a plastic bin, encased in concrete, and placed in a shallow pond. Even more morbid, the site of Jada's bogus grave was a mile southeast of the home where Tkachik's father, Barry, killed his mother, Michelle, and Aunt Jeannie before killing himself in February 2003. The day after the last time Melissa spoke to Jada, Jada was killed and dumped in Otis. Castillo and Tkachik spent 2 whole days getting high out of their minds and frantically trying to find ways to dispose of Jada's body. It was 3 days before Engelica called 911 to report her missing. Let's rewind the clock. On June 13, 2009, Engelica beats Jada. It was on this day that Jada died. In court, Castillo would say that it was Tkachik who killed Jada by shaking her and hitting her head against a wall. In the end, it was found out that both Castillo and Tkachik beat Jada. Castillo became angry after Jada spilled a fruit drink mix, a container of syrup, refused to eat her lunch, and fed the lunch to a dog. They both punched the girl in the head. Tkachik held the girl down while Castillo hit Jada with the belt repeatedly. Castillo tied Jada to a chair and hit her with the belt intermittently. Castillo slapped Jada so hard that Jada stumbled and hit her head on the edge of a table. They loaded Jada into the back of Castillo's car for a run to buy heroin. On the way, Tkachik noted that Jada was not breathing. It was the blows to the head that killed Jada. Castillo broke Jada's ribs attempting to do CPR, which was unsuccessful. On June 14, 2009, the first attempt to dispose of Jada's body was done by Tkachik setting her on fire. He ended up burning himself in the process. June 15, 2009, Tkachik disposes of Jada's body encased in concrete in rural Otis, Indiana. Tuesday, June 16, 2009, Engelica Castillo calls 911 to report Jada missing. Tkachik was the one who led officials to the grave site. He also told them that Castillo was the one who killed the girl. Castillo essentially got life without parole at first, but a few years later she was successful at getting her life sentence reduced to 65 years. Tkachik's attempt to receive a reduced sentence for helping prosecutors failed. He got 40 years for the crime. This year, Jada would have been 13 years old, living her life in middle school, making good grades, experiencing life as other children are doing right now. Instead, Jada is a memory forever stuck at 2 years old, a tribute on a Facebook page.